What is up, winning team? Hi, guys. Guess who's actually slept for once? This girl, and by slept for once, I mean it was horrendous, it was horrible. I only got a couple of hours here and there. But as long as I get like a nice one solid hour, I honestly wake up feeling like how I feel now, which is now I have energy for the day. And don't ask, guys, yes, I have an addiction to toxic waste, and they do this blue one where there's all these really good blue flavors: blue lemonade, cotton candy, blue tea fruity, Concord grape, blue imeboshi. So good. And this is the first time I've seen these, and this is like my crack. You know, when I say to you guys, like, listen, the food we're all gonna eat, all the stuff we're gonna eat is gonna kill us anyway, so we may as well be strategic. When you are gonna poison yourself, pick your poison. Just don't convince yourself that any of this food is good for you or anything, unless you're growing it in your own damn garden or you're getting it from somebody else's garden you know exists. Don't trust it. But anyway, so yeah, so my tongue is bleh. Love that for me. And yeah, I love just popping these. They're really sour. How are we here? Why are we here, guys? I don't really know where these videos are gonna go, but I was like, if I've got like 2 hours and I've actually got energy, I have to pick up the camera. I have to record something because I ain't been feeling it at all, right? I have not been feeling it, and I'm just gonna hit the ground and try and have like literally the most productive day that I've had in I don't know how long. So yeah, but the truth is, guys, I hate to be the bearer of bad news here. I don't know where the videos today are going, but there's been a lot of thoughts of things I've been thinking, and my problem is that I've been too lazy, like not even lazy, too exhausted to even like if I'm like in the middle of doing something and I don't have my notebook near me, I just don't have the energy to go and get it and write my ideas down. Like before, I would like nearly break it damn near a leg just to go and buy like a new notebook. I need a new notebook. Maybe I will try to push myself to do that today because I'm now stunted. Because if I can't write down everything and do my notes and do my biblical deep dives, I get a bit stunted. But then I have so many pages of this series I haven't finished. So that's my job for the week, is I need to somehow get it together today to set myself up for success. I want to finish this stupid series about the evil in the world. I've had enough. I need to finish it off. The only last bits I have to do is the bits finishing off what we're talking about, Protestants versus the Catholics, why I think the devil is in this country. The thing is, I had a really cool idea of how to film this because technically speaking, I could technically just, pop up to London and, do the YouTuber thing. Which would be really cool. Like, and that's why I'm backing for. But the thing is, I really don't want to go to London. Like, I don't think you guys understand. I don't want to be anywhere on the earth. That's why, even though it's not far, it's easy for me to get to. I just never go there. It's just, I don't know. It's kind of like, oh, I don't know. I just don't want to be there. So I'm just going to stop making excuses. Anyways, I'm going to need to buckle up and try and get this thing done this week because I need to be done and dusted, because I was also been thinking oh my gosh, what if God is like, well, you haven't finished all the things you're supposed to be doing, which if that's the case, by the way, and this is why, then there's about genuinely 50, and we could count things I need to have actually done. And so that's a scary thought as well, because I'm like, God, if you're really telling me that all of this and how I'm feeling at the moment and how much I hate my life and how much I hate everything is because I still haven't done enough, we're going to have a serious problem. And I'm just being honest with you guys. We are going to have a serious problem because I'm like, God, that's just too much to ask someone now. Like, if we're all talking about boundaries and now you should, whatever, look after yourself and whatever. And it's all easy to say when you're the only person who's always still got another thing added to the list of things that you still haven't done that you still need to do. You know what I'm saying? And I do feel overwhelmed. I feel like I'm sitting on 100 gold mines and I just don't have any direction as to what I should do right now. And if it were up to me, I think I'm at the stage where I just need to know where I just need to be given a street, like a street name. So I was thinking, God, just give me a street. Just tell me the street. Because I'm like, this could be anywhere in the world. I don't know what God wants me to do. All I know is that there's only one word I want to hear from him, and that is revolution. So I need to know, because this is what I've been thinking about. Like, it's so funny how we look at history, and in history, I watched this new anime, and it's quite funny, it's quite interesting. At the start of it, this is how I ended up actually falling asleep, because I've been watching anime like my life depends on it, right? Because it's a distraction. And I've been realizing that, like, I've been trying really hard, whether I realized it or not, although I did say it when I came back to the town. I knew I was kind of doing this on purpose. Like, I want to put myself in the brain of a child as much as possible. Like, I want to like look at the world like how children do, because I feel like there's something about youth and like in the beginnings of things, that's where the power is. Like, if you look even at so many talents today and just people of yesteryear, they were successful because like they started out, they didn't know anything. And I've been realizing, hold on a minute, this curtain is annoying me. And I've been realizing that like so much of what's wrong in the world right now is that we just have a lot of older folks with a lot of knowledge just really stuck in their ways, and who are trying to overbearingly like tell the rest of us what we should be doing. And I understand that a lot of them are coming from a good place, but the thing is, like, and this anime depicted it beautifully, like, and this is what made me really start to think like, okay, you know what? I really need to keep doubling down into this. Like, this is why I immerse myself in things like the Sidemen videos and games and like all of this, because that's what I would do as a kid. You know what I mean? And being out in nature, like, this is what I would do as a kid, and I would just be present in the moment. I wouldn't be overthinking every little detail. Like I was just saying about the toxic waste. I see toxic waste, and my friends are like, oh my gosh, this is so cool. These sweets are so sour. Let's try them. You know what I mean? And like, I would just be living. And so I'm really trying to like look at things from like the perspective of a child, because the Bible even talks about to have like childlike faith, and that we are God's children. We never become God's adults. So how would I like, so I'm basically been trying to have a whole mindset shift over a long time. And it's hard because I'm actually getting older as this is happening. And this is the big clash that's happening in my body constantly, of like me becoming older. So I can see all the things about getting older that and how it's affecting me. It's like just different things, right? I know too much. I have too many excuses I'm able to give myself. I'm lacking in imagination. I'm lacking in inspiration. Like, I've been watching dance videos again, and just like remembering, like, and it's crazy because like last night as I've been watching them, I feel so inspired, like, and I don't feel any inspiration for anything right now, like not a single thing. That's why I'm not planning for nothing. I'm not trying to travel nowhere. I'm not trying to post I'm not trying to do anything. I don't care for anything. I don't care. Like, there's nothing I want to do. There's nothing I want. There's no goal that I'm like, other than this. There is no other goal in the world of like anything interesting. Like, I just woke up here, and I've in my dreams, yeah, I have this dance, and that I do with like these other girls, yeah, like these 5 or 6 other girls. I don't know, I can't remember the exact number. And it's my choreography, and it's so weird because I keep seeing this choreography to this same exact song, right? And it's in my dreams like every however many months, pretty much. Probably it's like every time I actually manage to sleep, like just now, like last night. And every time I hear this song and I see this dance, and it's the same dance. Now, here's the thing about that. In the dream, every single time, it's like, oh, I knew the choreography, but I know it's my choreography, but I don't remember all of it, right? And then I usually get onto stage to perform it with the girls, but I'm half copying them, half remembering, and it's always to this exact same song, and I can't find for the life of me where this song is. So I'm like, God, is this another situation? I've got like 30 written like songs, by the way, that are just unproduced, because it's a lot of effort again, and it's just like, and where are we going with any of this? You know what I mean? And I really need to get into some vocal lessons. So should I do that? You know what I mean? But then I'm also like, I've had all these business ideas, and yesterday I was like, should I low-key just start a charity? Like, is that the way to go? And like, for all this stuff I'm talking about, because I've been avoiding incorporating any business, because I'm like, God, where should I incorporate my business for the sake of things like tax and all of that? That's going to be the most strategic, because one thing I can tell you is that I'm trying to play the game. So I'm like, well, I need somewhere that I can have low tax, but that's still I'm still familiar enough with, and I need all of my money through my company to be coming through in the great British pound sterling, because it's such a heavy currency. And so I'm trying to figure that out. So that's like another thing, because then I have a whole bunch of business ideas. I've had a whole bunch of ideas of physical products that I could just sell, like that are like my own original thoughts. Because this is what I'm saying, guys, I'm always having ideas. I'm ideas heavy. That's why I feel like God should just give me a whole bunch of money and all the professionals, and I'll make it happen. Do you know what I mean? Science, I have written like so many scientific theories. Like, I should really drive my theory. I was thinking I should go, if I presented my book, guys, I've essentially written a PhD. That's what this was saying. I've essentially written a PhD, right? So I'm thinking, should I pursue that and just like get a doctorate and just like officially publish my book like through scientific channels? And then should I also publish my other research I did before? Because that's going to make me more credible. But then do I care about being credible? Then do I also want to attach my work to these worldly organizations? No, I don't. And that's where all the problems come, is that everything is attached to the worldly organizations, no matter what I do, whether I go back into the creativities of it all. If I want to succeed with that, then I have to go and dance with the people. You know, it's all about the prestige of those that came before and the organizations that came before. It's like with cooking, right? I love to cook. It's something I'm passionate about, and I've written a cookbook. I've written a whole entire cookbook, right? And they're all hybrid recipes. Like, it's like the ultimate fusion book, because I love cooking all food from all over the world, guys. I love cooking food from all over the world. And my thing that I spend the money on is ingredients, because I will go to the Korean shop and I will buy the exact types of ingredients. I won't just be like, oh, the supermarket says that they sell kimchi. No, I make my own kimchi and I buy the ingredients. I don't just like go, oh, I'm going to just go and use so-and-so's, I don't know, African sauce. I will go, I'm like, what's the country? What's the exact ingredients? I'll go to the butchers. I'll go to the fishmongers. I'll go to the market. Like, I'll find the ingredients and I will cook, and I love it. That's one of my favorite things to do. So again, that's another sad thing, is I've got nobody to cook for, and I want to cook for people in the mass, but I don't want to ever work in a restaurant because that's just too much. And there's a lot of pretension around cooking as well. Like, because this is what I'm saying, it's kind of not really worth it either. Because when you cook for other people, right, first of all, I feel like everybody's going to lie to you anyway, especially because I'm a black woman. So it's like, of course, as soon as I say I'm a black woman, I want to cook, everyone's going, oh, yeah. They're just going to lie to you about how good your food is. I want to be told the truth, because I enjoy cooking. I see it like an experiment as well, where I can test out flavors and whatevers. So I don't want to cook for anyone, actually, at the end of the day, because they're probably going to lie anyway, aren't they? Because that's what human beings are like. So I don't want to actually cook for anyone at the end of the day, because they're just going to lie to me. That, or if I was to pursue it in a greater scale, I've looked into things like starting a food truck, because I had an idea of a food truck that I would start with all breakfast sandwiches, but like not like breakfast sandwiches like you guys have seen them. Again, they're kind of all fusioned, where I've taken things that I feel like work well together, because everybody's very stuck in their ways when it comes to everything, including their palate. But as soon as somebody gives you something that tastes good, you're like, oh, I never knew this could work. And it's like, yeah, of course. And so I have a lot of ideas for stuff like that. I would have started a food truck. So I was like, should I start a food truck? I could just start a food truck, because I would happily, there's so many things I would genuinely happily do. I'd genuinely happily wake up every day, grab my supplies, sell my things, go back home and love life, right? But then, you know, that's not worth it again, because again, there's all these legal laws, the licensing. Why do I care about your license? Why do I have to follow this? FDA. Next thing you know, if I decided to work in a restaurant, it's all very pretentious, and it's all very like, they were going to cook like this because this is a Michelin star. Because, you know, Michelin is all to do with the car brand and the food brand are the same thing, because they wanted to encourage people to travel and eat. So this whole Michelin star. So I'm like, any type of achievement in the world is the world's. So I don't want the world's achievements. It's like the sporting thing. I was desperate to start training for a triathlon on my 28th birthday. I was like, if I train 2 solid years, I think I can take on the Ironman. I know how to swim. I know how to run. I know how to cycle. I just have to start doing all of them, and like getting the right techniques from people, which is doable. But again, it's like it's a dedication to time. It'd be like taking up a part-time job. The amount of like extra training I'd have to put myself through and everything and whatever. And then again, it's also like, but why do I even care, like, about this person? Like, because I'm looking at all these, like, different sporting competitions, because I'd love to just compete in something. I'm the type of person who's only driven by a goal, a specific goal. I'm not just here for the vibes. If I'm here for the vibes, then I'm here to party. I'm here to have a good time. If I'm not just here for the vibes somewhere, doing something, not knowing where the destination is. So that's why I struggle with things, because I never have, like, unless I have a destination, I don't have a and inspiration. And so I'm like here, like, oh, I don't really want any of these things, because like all the accolades, all the certificate, these are things that used to drive me in the past, where like I'd be like, oh my gosh, I'm going to compete, go hard or go home, or going to compete doing this, or I want to achieve this, I want to complete my, like, you know, I want to complete my research. So I can I can have a research paper. They're saying we can, if we get over 80%, it's publishable in official scientific journals. These were goals because I kind of cared. Like Forbes 30 under 30, that was another one. I was so driven. I was like, I'm making Forbes 30 under 30, and every year I would read who's Forbes 30 under 30. And I was like, I'm going to make Forbes 30 under 30. Like, I'm here, like, I don't even care. Like, in another world, right? In another universe where I cared, I would be doing everything in my power right now to still make that list, right? But I just don't care. That's what I'm saying. I don't care. Incorporate company, incorporate where, but then also I don't want all my business on the internet for the world to see, because then you go in company's house, and obviously because of I get why they do it, but I hate the fact that my business is everywhere for everything. Like, you go online and you can see my business address, all the money that's been made and everything, and it's just like, why does the government run everything? Like, that's why I'm saying to you guys, the only solution to me is a revolution. At this point, the only solution is a revolution, because all these people who are in power, and like, this is what's sickening, because these are the ones doing all this, the weird stuff. These are the ones all involved with the weird stuff. So they're the ones in control. Anything I want is literally in their hands. So I'm literally, my anything I want to do in this life is in their hands, right? Every single thing, right? Oh, you are making this amount of money, we're going to tax you this. Oh, you better get insurance for this, you better get insurance for that. Are you insured? Have you been verified? Have you got this qualification? Have you got that certification? Have you got this accreditation? Everything's something that somebody else, and I don't even know who these people are to even care. Like, I don't care what the FDA has to say. Hey, do you see how I see it? I feel way more comfortable, like, say, with stuff like food. I feel a billion times more comfortable, yeah? Obviously, I don't trust anything. So I pray before I eat. And my prayers have changed from, God, please, like, bless my food, to God, please protect me from this food. Like, you know, and I'm not even joking. This is how I have actually prayed before I eat now. I'm like, I would rather, like, you know, just go and eat from any person who I trust, like a nice, sweet, you know, like mom and pop shop or cafe or restaurant, by just independent people who don't have any certification but just have a love for the job. I'd rather eat there than at one of these so-called qualified, certified, whatever-fied places, right? But then it makes it hard. Like, the society makes it hard for those places to excel, because of all these extra paperwork. So yeah, if you're a flipping old person, God bless them, you know, and you just like to make, I don't know, pancakes or something, and that's just your passion of yours, you might not have all the skill sets to keep up with all this stuff. Some of us, we get really stressed out. Like, that's why I wanted to stop working in business, because like, I don't even get to do the part I love. But I'm spending all this time on all these extra other things, and that do have to be done by me. And most of them are just like, who cares? I'm an adult. I should be allowed to go and eat where I want to eat without them having to exist only if they've been certified. Because who are you to certify them? Because for me, the Holy Spirit certifies. So that's why I'm just like, nothing is worth it. Can you see, like, every single avenue or opportunity or creative, I thought maybe I should take up a hobby. Like, you know, I like making jewelry. I'll show you. I've even got some sitting right here on my windowsill. I like making jewelry. If you guys remember in the past, I bought these are the new ones. But I have a whole collection of all different types. The tiny ones, the big ones, the little diamondy looking ones. These little like what do you call them? They're like jewels. Not jewels. They're like little like metallic like shapes and stuff. And I was really enjoying doing that, and I do. But again, as soon as I think about doing it in any way outside of just as a hobby, it's like, oh, the online stores, the in-person stores, the going to markets, the certifications that all come from the Lord, the world. Sorry, I want to say the law and the world. The law. And it's so funny because Jesus literally came so that we would not be, you know, enchained to anything, but yet we are, like, and that's why I'm just like, God, we need to just wrap it all up here. Cut that whole line out. Anything that doesn't need to be overly, because I feel like it's not about actually protecting the people, which we know, because then the people would be protected. It's just about maintaining control. Like, as long as they have the keys to everywhere, like in the entertainment industry, as long as they hold the keys, this is how it's done. and they get to dictate what isn't allowed and who isn't allowed. And that's what I've realized. And so I'm not going to pander. Like, I'm not going to change myself or change whatever I'm doing in order to suit the industry of any of the industries. You know what I mean? Even let's look at the body of Christ right now. That's an area where I'm not really prepared to do anything monetarily very much, because I feel like people should have access to all things of God for free, you know. So even though, not to toot my own horn, I personally feel like I've offered so much monetary value on my channel, like in terms of like this amount of wisdom, if you got that in the world, would cost you more than most people can afford. But the point is I don't believe in charging that, because God gives us freely access. I have free access to the scriptures, to the Holy Spirit. And also it just rubs me the wrong way, in the same way that being paid to teach rubs me the wrong way. I hate being paid to teach. Because it's like, if you were actually going to pay me what I deserved, I would be getting paid so much more, because I'm literally changing the trajectory of somebody's entire life. You know what I'm saying? And especially the subjects I teach, they are one question, one mark, one percentage, one grade away from going to study what they've always wanted to do and ending up becoming a filthy rich engineer versus, you know, something else. So, you know, it's like, even with that, I'm not really getting paid what I deserve. Like, I'm not getting paid hell what I deserve. Not at all. Like, I today even, I got all these messages that I've just not even replied to. I don't even care. But people are like, hi. And it's funny how at the beginning, people, when it comes to jobs, right, people will make it seem like, oh, you need to do this for them, and you need to do this for them. And then when they realize that they need you more than you need them, because this is like all these companies now that the government is funding again. You see what I'm saying? Where the government gets to spend its money. I don't agree with how it's being spent. I think if that money was going back into the schools, the teachers would be getting paid properly, the class sizes were smaller, we take down the curriculum. And yes, I have also written how I would change all the laws for so many different topics. Right? But the thing is, you might wonder, why don't I just come out and make videos? No, because that's not the point. It's enough with the videos. Enough with the videos and enough with me talking. We need to see action, like enough with it. But yeah, I have them. I've written how I would change the school system, how I would change how we use our taxes to pay for the education, so parents could still send their kids to school if they wanted to, because you might think, oh, I just think everyone should homeschool. I know that's not technically realistic in the short term, at least. So I have an idea of how we could redirect the funding so that parents would have more, you know, say in their child's education and more awareness of what's going on. But then the teachers would also be happy. So basically, all of my scenarios of all of these different things I've been thinking about, my hybrid cookbook, and all it'll take is one day, like for me to spend one solid month. Like most of these things, if I just had the ability to like disconnect from everybody for like a solid month, I could get it done. Like I could get all by myself, I could get this cookbook done. I could buy all the ingredients, I could record from home, I know how to do all the recordings, I know how to do all of this, and I could just make the cookbook. It would take me maybe like, if I had, it's only that because it's so many meals, but otherwise I could do it in a short space of time, but I could do that in a month. Right? But do you guys see what I'm saying? Which one of these ideas am I supposed to start with? And these are just the ones that are coming straight off the top of my head, because I've never even told you guys about my dream. I did, like I said, oh gosh, I have so many dreams and so many ideas, and it's not helpful. It's not helpful, you know. So I have all these ideas. I have an idea for like how we should reform prisons as well, like, because I just don't think that they're fit for purpose. The fact that like I've been to prisons and they're like, oh, 80% of the people in this prison have mental health issues. And I've also seen that they're just not like, they're not setting them up for better things after life. I think that there's a lot of things that needs to be added and changed within the prison systems and the law. And stuff like this. So I just have so many thoughts, like, and then again, like the body of Christ, I would give my all into that. So I'm having a conversation like this with my friend, and I said to her, I was like, you know what I realized from doing the Bible studies, that no one's ready, like no one's actually ready to hear to like get to the point. We're all just about 2,000 steps behind with everything. And so my only solution is a revolution. That's going to become my new slogan, I guess. My only solution is a revolution, because the people in control, they have way too much control. Anything that we do, they have to agree to, or we can have face legal. Because the thing is, if it wasn't for the legal ramifications of certain things, then I would just go for them anyway. You know what I mean? But what use is it to just like start something, barely do it, and then go to prison because I'm I don't know, producing this without being such and such certified, and like, it's just like, is that really the way to like if I want to end up in prison, it better be because like we were in the streets and we were calling them out, then hell yeah. You know what I mean? But if it's just like, oh, and that's another thing, I have all these book ideas, I have like other half-written books, but better than the ones I've even done. In fact, the book that I've written about everything, where I talk about why I think, what is it called? 2 + 2 = 5. That's a really good one. That one I put my foot in it, because I'm like, we're putting every single industry. I'm going to explain why every single industry is dumb in this book, basically, and how we're all just slaves. And it's a really good one, but it has, when is that going to get done? Because you see, the thing is, that's what I'm saying, guys, these are just the to-do list of things I want to do. Forgetting the to-do list of the things I don't care to have to do. You know what I'm saying? So, and that's a lot of other things as well. Like I said, oh my gosh, I have all these letters I've been getting about, I need to do this, I need to update this, I need to update that, I need to send in this, I need to confirm that. And now in my passport, oh, that's the one that's really that's the real ball ache of it. That one's the ball ache, because that one I need to actually do, because you know me, I like to know that at any given moment I could get the freak out. And also with all this ID stuff these days, you know, so there's that needs doing this year. So I need to get that done like ASAP, because I'm not going to be able to travel within a certain period of time. And so many things that are just on the list. So it's just like, oh God, please. I could put like, I at the end of the day, yeah, none of those things in like, I don't really care, is the long and short of it. I don't really care. The TV shows I've written an entire series, right? 21 episodes each for 2 seasons. And it's really cool. Like, and it's basically like, I don't know, I haven't decided if it should be like, I feel like it's got to be like an adult animation, you know what I mean? Vibes. It's not anime, but you know, like when you have shows like, I don't know, I'm trying to think of a good one. I don't know. I haven't really watched any in a while, but like I love Rick and Morty, like a Paradise PD, like a, you know, like a Simpsons, but not really like those, but you get the gist. What I mean when I say animation, that kind of thing. And it's really cool. So that's another thing I could work on. So like, and that's something I could do. Like some of these things I could do, because that I could probably make some headway with that, because all I would need to find is animators and just pay them and sell them the vision. I know what the music for the intro should sound like. I've got you guys don't understand. I've got literally an entire suitcase filled with all of this stuff, all of my ideas, all of my thoughts, my plans, my strategies. And the problem is I just don't know how to pull everything together into like one coherent thing. And second of all, the other problem is I don't see the point, because if I'm going to go out and do what I'm going to do, it's got to be the timing is going to be right, because I've been so off about timing on so many things, and I'm dealing with the consequences of that as we speak in my real life, where I've tried to do something when it was too soon, or I've waited to do something when it's too late. So that's why I'm really not trying to do anything until thus saith the Lord, like now and here, because I can't afford, if I'm going to really go out all guns blazing on this whole whatever I'm trying to do, I can't afford to miss the right timing. That's the problem. I can't afford to do that, because that means that's going to hemorrhage it, because I'm going to have to just have faith that the people's is going to show up for the movement. I'm just going to have to trust in that, because it's the only way this works. Like, this is what is sickening, and I literally feel the tears coming to my eyes as I'm saying it. This is what is sickening about being a human, because it's like, no matter what, we are just not built to exist by ourselves. So I can only have an impact if there's enough people to create said impact. Because if I make all these videos, where has that got us? It hasn't stopped no Epstein, hasn't stopped no Diddy, hasn't stopped no government, hasn't stopped no nothing. In fact, I've been the one silenced. I've been making all these videos by YouTube for things that are now been proven to be true. Right? But guess what? If we all didn't go to work one day and said we're not coming back to work until we see all these people be arrested, if we all said we're not paying taxes because we don't trust where this tax money is going, so until you publish exactly the breakdown of how all this tax stuff is being spent, we are not going to pay tax and we're not going to work. If one of us or two of us or three of us does it, then you get in trouble. If 5% of us do it, they see a problem, but they don't really care. They just pick someone, make an example. This is why I say this whole Guy Fawkes thing and them all burning him at the stake is like, let's make an example of what happens when you go against the regime, right? But if all of their workforce, because bearing in mind, the only way these people are where they are is because we either voted them through our physical votes or through our dollars, our pounds, the way we spend our time and money. That's the only way they have what they have, and they know that. So that's why some of us are here going through hell, right? Because they know. Like, do you know how insane it is that I met with Jezebel last year? Actually, she's here in the flesh, talking about, I'm asking, talking about what are you here to do? Oh, he'll kill men, women, and children. Do you know how gassed I was? I was like, because I'm creating a ruckus. While I'm out here in the early hours of the morning, right? Everybody else is getting their 12 hours of sleep, or they're, tolerating people that they don't really like, or they're just getting ready to go back to work with Kingdom of Darkness. And I'm here like, God, tell me what to plan. I will plan for everything. I'll plan for everything. I'll plan for everyone. I'll plan for everything. Tell me what I need to do. Where do I need to be? Just give me the green light. And I will drop everything. But I'll just be honest, I'm bored of this video thing. This is why you guys keep seeing me recording while I'm out, because I'm bored of staring at this stupid white wall behind me. And it's not stupid because we needed it to be here. But I'm bored. And I'm also kind of like, God, it's about time now. Like, the last time I had a big shift in my life was this time 5 years ago. Exactly. End of February, first week of March. That's when I moved out of London 5 years ago. So I'm like, God, is you gonna or is you not at this point in time? And if you're gonna circle back and tell me I haven't done enough, like I haven't got all the plans, the only thing I don't have is the freaking people. It's the only thing I don't have. It's not even about the money. This is what I'm saying. It's not even about the money. The only thing I don't have is the people. That's the only thing I don't have. And it's funny because anytime I'm ever working on projects, right, it always shocks me which people show up and which people don't. Like, I remember when I in all these businesses and stuff I've done, like I said, this is why the girls who used to show up to my classes, I used to think, wow, like you're in London, you can go to the best studios and you come twice a week to dance in my dance studio. This is when I was doing my professional company, not when I was like doing the teams I did when I was at university, because those are two completely different situations. Well, there's about 5 or 6 different situations I was in, you know what I mean? Because I was in a professional dance company, and then I had my own professional dance company. Then I had competition dance teams when I was at university, and then I was also in a dance crew that was just made up of me and friends who danced, and so yeah, like that's the situation. So I literally have been waking up, you guys, and literally just feeling like, God, what is the point of being alive? Because I just don't actually physically care. I just don't. I physically don't want to hear another word that is not revolution. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it. I'm going to come in the next video. Maybe I'll talk about more about this anime, because it's just the little things. Like, I've been trying to think, like, am I going too hard? I realize I'm not going hard enough. Because I just noticed there's some traits about like the top layer of society right now, like in terms of age, that are really not helping the overall group project, like certain attitudes, certain things. And so I'm going to call it out. I feel like it's a bit redundant, me making videos. I'm not going to lie. I feel like it's a waste. But because I love you guys, and because it's good for me, and also at least the Lord can see that I'm trying something, I will continue. But I just feel like this world is just disappointing, and it's always going to be. Like, God is amazing, and God's people are absolutely beautifully fantastical. His real people. Because again, that's the other thing with the church, is it's like, I'm not looking for the church's support realistically, actually, because most of them, anyway, maybe we should talk about that as well. Why I'm not looking to the church for a revolution. That's kind of a punchy title, isn't it? Let's do it. So catch me in the next video, you guys, because if life's a game, let's play to win. God bless you all. God loves you. I love you. And I'll see you in my next one.